Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, and I'm your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. With the beginning of our second year of Wisdom Trek, as of June 1st, we have made some changes to the frequency and the format of Wisdom Trek. We are creating 3 themed treks per week, which will be Motivation Monday, Wisdom Wednesday, and Philosophy Friday. Each daily trek will be approximately 12 minutes in length, so slightly longer than previously, but still easy to listen to in one session. Thank you for joining us for our 3-day per week, 12 Minutes of Wisdom podcast. This is day 369 of our trek, and today will be our Motivation Monday episode. Each Monday, our trek will focus on motivating and inspiring you for the next week. We are broadcasting from our studios at the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. Our renovations and outside work at the Big House continue as we incrementally make progress. The lawn was mowed again over the weekend, and I was able to apply a coat of polyurethane to the 2-foot gliders. I am ready to sand the upstairs hallway and the stairs this next coming week. We did have the privilege of watching our 4 grandkids on Friday evening, which is always enjoyable. Of course, Gramps is transformed into a monster while they're here, and we all get great exercise as I chase them through the various rooms in pursuit of their capture. I am motivated to invest this time with our grandkids so that I can be a living legacy to them that they will carry on into future generations. But now it's time to head out for our trek for today as we head up the trail of motivation and we consider what motivation is and how to stay motivated positively each day. While some people say that motivation does not last, as one of my virtual mentors, Zig Ziglar, once said, I have heard it too. Motivation is temporary, and I agree. But then, so is bathing and eating. But if you do both of them on a daily basis, you will live longer and smell better in the process. How true this is. So let's get motivated. Motivation and enthusiasm is manifested through your desire and interest and becomes a driving force that pushes you to take action and pursue goals. However, it often happens that you have the desire and interest, but you lack the motivation. This is certainly a frustrating situation, since you have the goals and objectives that you would like to accomplish, but you cannot get enough inner strength and motivation to act. This plagues many of us. There are many reasons for the lack of motivations. It could be due to a weak desire, laziness, or shyness, or it could be due to a lack of self-esteem or self-confidence. And in some cases, the reasons is a physical or mental problem, which may require professional help. Lack of motivation and enthusiasm are the 2 main reasons for failure and living a mediocre life. You cannot blame other people if you lack enthusiasm to take action and to follow your goals and desires. Motivation is always an inside job. In other words, you must motivate yourself through an internal drive. All external motivation is temporary at best and usually completely non-effective. Lack of motivation and enthusiasm can show up anywhere, at home, at work, in relationships, in pursuing goals, and in everything else. This often creates indifference, unhappiness, and dissatisfaction. On our trek for today, let's explore 4 signposts that will help us to navigate this area of our life. And the first of these signposts is reasons for lack of motivation and enthusiasm. And here's a list that might plague you. Lack of faith in your abilities, fear of failure due to failure in the past, fear of what others might say, fear of success. Yes, this is a real fear that many people struggle with, which stems from a feeling of unworthiness, the habit of procrastination, just plain laziness, the feeling or belief that there are more important things to do, being too stressed or nervous, the absence of enough internal or external stimuli or incentives. The reasons mentioned above do stifle motivation and enthusiasm, but are only excuses for not acting. You must learn to overcome and disregard them by becoming aware of them, acknowledging them, and understanding that you can change the programming of your mind by changing the way you think. Changing the way you think comes from changing what you allow through the filters of your mind. It all goes back to what we allow our minds to dwell on. Sometimes you may have short bursts of motivation and enthusiasm. You start acting enthusiastically, but you lose interest and motivation after a while because you find it hard to sustain your motivation or enthusiasm. We all struggle with this at times, but you cannot allow it to control you. If you wish to improve in any area of your life, you need to wake up those twin sleeping giants of motivation and enthusiasm. They are powerful and effective, but only you can arouse them from their slumber. Your internal desire to accomplish goals and dreams must be greater than the consequences of not achieving what you desire. Continually remind yourself just how much you will lose if you allow those sleeping giants to remain asleep, and how much you can gain by forcing them to assist you. The best way to accomplish your dreams, especially those that are large, is to break them down into small, manageable pieces that can be easily accomplished. This can be done no matter how large your dreams are. Remember that the only way to move your mountain is to carry it away one stone at a time. Otherwise, laziness, absence of energy, and procrastination will set in. Think about how small an ant is, and yet in comparison to their size, they are true mountain movers. As Proverbs chapter 6, verses 6 through 9 reminds us, take a lesson from the ants, you lazy bones. Learn from their ways and become wise. They have no prince or governor or ruler to make them work. They labor hard all summer, gathering food for the winter. But you, lazy bones, how long will you sleep? When will you wake up? Instead of suffering, feeling uncomfortable and passive, it would be much better to wake up the motivation inside you to take actions and do things. This will make you feel much better, happy, and satisfied. As an example, it is similar to what I experience nearly every morning. I would rather stay in my warm bed covered with blankets than to force myself up to exercise and run for 70 minutes. So why do I do it? My internal motivation is to remain healthy and fit physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So I get up and make that happen. That desire is much greater than the desire for a few more minutes of sleep. Procrastination, laziness, indifference, and passivity causes unhappiness, weakness, and lack of satisfaction. Being enthusiastic, motivated, and active brings a sense of joy, strength, and power. By getting motivated, you take action, you do things, you take your mind off your problems and difficulties and focus on finding solutions and achieving success. Our second signpost is, find out where you really need motivation. This means finding out what really matters to you and what actions would bring those benefits and improvements into your life and into the lives of the people around you. Think deeply and discover what is your real purpose and related goals in life. But don't forget to focus your attention on the little things of life also, where just a little motivation is needed to keep you going. If you need additional skills, get the skills that you need that will take you to the finish line in whatever you do. Get that extra push, energy, and perseverance to accomplish any task and to reach any goal. The next two signposts provides us with simple methods anyone can use. So the third signpost is, start to overcome your lack of motivation in the little everyday affairs of life. Start by doing those small or not so important tasks, which you usually avoid doing. This can help you to increase your inner strength and wake up that motivation giant. When your inner strength grows, you will be able to push yourself to accomplish greater tasks, even if you're not motivated enough to do them now. When this happens, you will possess the ability to focus on what you want to do and awaken the energy that you need. Here's a few examples of some small tasks you might start with. Wash the dishes now instead of later. Take out the garbage now instead of later. Turn that TV off and take a short walk. Clean and arrange the contents of one of your drawers. Decide a book to read and start reading, even if you'd rather do other things. And the fourth signpost is tips to keep moving forward with enthusiasm and motivation. Short spurts of enthusiasm or motivation are not enough to accomplish anything of real value. You need to keep your desire and inner flame alive and focused on your goal. So what can you do about it? Well, here are a few tips you might think about. Devote 10 minutes a day to reading and thinking about the benefits of what you want to do or accomplish. Every day, read about people who have achieved success by being consistent and persistent. Every day, find a quiet place and take several minutes to visualize yourself acting with enthusiasm and motivation. Every success requires dedication, time, perseverance, and tenacity. This means that you should not give up quickly. Keep repeating affirmations that empower you and inflame your enthusiasm and motivation. Never consider what you are doing as a drudgery. Choose a mindset and attitude that you will enjoy the task at hand. If need be, tweak the process a little to make a few changes, and you can turn it into a pleasurable activity. And once you decide about anything, go with it, even after you lose your enthusiasm and desire. Don't give up, even if what you are doing does seem to be a burden or drudgery. Don't give up, even if you feel bored. Keep focused on that finish line. Keep telling yourself about the benefits of what you are doing, and keep on thinking and visualizing how it will be like after you accomplish what you set out to do. Remember, this is your own life, and you are responsible for it. Don't allow yourself to fall prey to laziness and negative programming. Life is not always easy, and there are obstacles on your trail. Expect that and manage your expectations. Keep thinking about how satisfied you will be when achieving success. Visualize how your life will change if you overcome laziness, negative thoughts, and negative programming. As I've said before, plant with the harvest in mind. Don't rely on the spurts of enthusiasm to carry you on to your destination. You need to stand up, not give up, and then wake up those sleeping giants that reside in your mind. Never give up even when you want to quit. Keep on going, even when the trail is rough, strewn with rocks and debris. If you do keep going, soon your enthusiasm and desire will grow, and your progress will become easier. The trail of motivation will not always be easy, but with consistent persistence, you can achieve your objectives and reach the summits of life. On each of our Motivation Mondays, we will hike the trails of motivation and inspiration that will provide you with the right start to each week. Our next trek will be Wisdom Wednesday, where we will dig for more nuggets of wisdom found in Proverbs chapter 11. And remember to join me for our Proverbs 30 Day Challenge. For each day in June, read a chapter in Proverbs that corresponds with the day of the month. On the 30th day, read the final 2 chapters, and it's not too late to catch up for this month. In less than 5 minutes per day, you can take your daily wisdom supplements, and if repeated each day, will make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. It has certainly worked for me, and I know it will also work for you. We will have 3 themed podcasts each week that will motivate you, give you wisdom, and allow you to philosophize about life. So encourage your family and friends to join us, and then come along with us on Wednesday for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. That will finish our trek for today. Just as you enjoy your doses of wisdom, we ask you to help us to grow Wisdom Trek by sharing it with your family and friends through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person as you meet with them, and invite them to come along with us each day. If you'd like to listen to any of the past daily treks, they are available at wisdom-trek.com. And don't forget to subscribe to Wisdom Trek at iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Google Play, so that each trek will be downloaded to you automatically. The journal for today's trek is available at wisdom-trek.com. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, you are my friend, as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal. As we take this trek together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you on Wednesday.